Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a grand campaign event for you. First map is going to be Piper Farm. Was supposed to be the Crossroads map, but when we switched to that map, everyone crashed. So you kind of can't play the game. So last minute switch to Piper Farm. Free State's Iron Brigade will be leading the Union side. 30th North Carolina will be leading the CSA side, presumably. And then for our second round, it's going to be the Reno's Fall with the Pickett's Brigade leading the Union side and the 11th Mississippi leading the CSA side. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do with no ads. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Our regiments for today, on the CSA campaign side, you have the Colquitt's Brigade, 11th Mississippi, 1st Delaware, 30th North Carolina, the Irish Volunteer Brigade, and the Russian Legion. Whereas on the Union campaign side, you have the 42nd Pennsylvania, 30th Ohio, Hampton's Legion, Free State's Iron Brigade, Pickett's Brigade, 59th New York, 28th Massachusetts, 3rd United States, 17th Michigan, Conscripted Virginia Army, and the 12th Virginia. Server pop for today's fight is 282. CSA up by 2 initially. Sorry, dead even now. Never mind. Union's up by 1. Praise be balancing. But both sides have the option of artillery. Union has 7. CSA taking 3. So infantry and balance is going to be 6 in favor of the CSA side. Frontline reporters for today. On the Union perspective, you have Lucian here from the Iron Brigade, and on the CSA side, you have Flores from the 11th Mississippi. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. And if you're playing in this match, whether it be recording and uploading later or live streaming, send me a link and I'll put it in the pinned comment of the video. Also in the pinned comment is the War of Rights Yearly Awards nominations. We did it last year, doing it again. We need your help figuring out who are the finalists, so please send it that way. Also, last thing, congrats to Colquitt's Brigade. It is their 3rd year anniversary today, so good to see groups stay here for a long period of time. Co-commentating with me again this week, we have Deckhart. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, good job getting through that intro. Deckhart, 23rd New York, long-time war rights player, sort of an old head, if you will. Happy to be back co-commentating the Grand Campaign.
Indeed. So I butchered the intro a little bit. The first couple of recordings that aren't in this one, but tis his life. So already a little bit of engagement on this Union right side. Union has liked to push on the opposite side of the map or this side of the map. CSA is kind of boxing them in, 11th Mississippi directly on top of them. Union's got a 25% ticket advantage on the map. They have the 7th Maine with the option, the only option. They have the Enfield and the 20th New York with the Mississippi. CSA defense, on the other hand, they have the 8th Alabama with the option of Springfield 55 and Enfield, and the 8th Florida with the option of the Springfield 55 Enfield, but also the Springfield 42. Shoots the buck and ball, acts as a shotgun. Anyways, nice volley there from CSA line. Colquitt's there. Deckhart, in your opinion, how does each side want to play this map?
So as the attacker starts to get to be a broken record, you just want to attack the flanks, challenge the defender to try to get them to trade with you. You want to get to just drop tickets as soon as possible, try to get them out of battle ready. Union already attacking down the road side. They challenged the CSA there already. CSA is kind of falling back a little bit towards the barn. Good aggressive start from the Union. CSA has pretty good defensive spread of the field as well.
Yeah, I mean, this CSA defensive line, we saw 11th Mississippi on the extreme CSA left holding down the road. Backed off. We saw Colquitt's in the center. Union's really pushing up on them. Union's holding in the open, not even using the artillery as at least some cover, which is a little surprising. CSA, though, have a lot on the right side. 30th North Carolina starting to shift from the right to the left. IVB's with them. And then you also got 1st Delaware and Russian Legion holding the extreme CSA right. On Union extreme left, countering that, you got Pickett's Brigade and 12th VA, 59th New York. And, I mean, this Union team is really doing a whole map attack, something you don't normally see too often, but they're generally hitting the flanks, maybe trying to crush CSA or pin them all in the center of the map. But I like the aggression. It's nice to see.
Good aggressive early spread from the Union. Already having pretty good success on their right flank. This FSP group in the middle, like you said, is getting torn up pretty bad. They're about 3-1, it looks like, outnumbered to the CSA CQB.
HL's charging 11th Mississippi on CSA left. A lot more Union are as well.
know what to do, guys. Hold the lines, hold the lines.
CQB's charging out. Iron Brigade, though, on the battery. A lot of early charging. Oh, Mississippi, Big Hoss gonna get their flag out good on them. Anyways, you are.
And these are the type of trades you want to see, right? You know, for if you're the attacker, these are the type of trades you're willing to sacrifice. You kind of lose there in the middle towards your battery, but you make it worthwhile on the roadside there. You just want to, you know, try to get 1-for-1s, drop morale as soon as possible as the attacker.
Yeah, and if you're keeping tickets even as an attacker, you're doing a great job. I mean, if you keep tickets even as an attacker the whole match, attackers hit final push, their final stage, defenders last stand. Defenders their last stand, no more spawns for them. Attackers final push, the clock will drop to a few minutes, but you have infinite spawns, and that's a huge advantage to have. So keeping it even, exactly as Deckhart's saying, that it's a very good thing. 11 Mississippi reforming on the CSA left, still trying to at least contest Union on the flank to not totally give up this stone wall. Good on Union to spot them pushing up so far and charging them out. HL started that.
It looks like you have PB and the 12th VA for the Union in the orchard on the forward left batteries of the CSA. It would be the CSA right batteries, however. This is a pretty good spot for them. I would like to see the CSA try to take them out of there. I mean, maybe try to rally up some guys, but it looks like they're committing more to the left again, to the CSA left on that roadside, so maybe not the best idea from the CSA not to just get rid of this problem and make that group reset and try to move out again from spawn.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. I mean, you could try to defeat the Union in detail, especially since the Union right's now falling back. You do see CSA abandoning their guns in the left Colquitts for the most part. They're going to push this Union. Union's falling back.
And that's a good move. Just like I said, you know, like you don't want them to sit there. They're just going to keep picking off skirmishing and out-of-line tickets for the CSA, which you can't afford. So this is a good defensive move from the CSA to force that Union unit back to the stone wall.
The nice part about this orchard defense for CSA is it's a defilade for them. You have the point of contention. It still kind of goes uphill, though, and then it crests and then goes downhill. And CSA likes to hold in those defilades. It's a very nice spot, assuming Union doesn't get up and close to you. But, yeah, you want to get Union out of there. Good move by CSA. Ticket's still fairly even, though. And is Union going to charge 11 Mississippi again?
Yes, there are.
Brace for the charge.
IVB.
Here they come, guys. Here they come. Press V, press V.
Slaughter them, slaughter them. Tell them they're little hoers. Go for the flag, too. Fuck that flag.
CSA reinforcements arrive at 11... Oh, wait. Sorry.
Gotta charge.
It was a mix. 11 Mississippi reinforced. I don't know who just got wiped there for CSA. That's my
It's
bad.
IVB and I believe North Carolina it was.
Thank you.
Run. Flags back.
And CSA, their whole team, or a good portion of the team, is going to countercharge this.
Good work from both teams to kind of collapse on this engagement. Let's see who wins.
And Union's at least stopped a little bit. CSA is going to keep pushing them out, try to get some flags down.
They're coming, they're coming.
Ah, shit.
I'm stabbed.
Fuck. Flags run.
Move, please. We're getting charged up.
Run. Run. Why are you walking? Run, flag. Holy shit. Run.
Did you see that Union flag, Bear?
Yeah.
He's just quick timing out of there. No concern in the world. I think that was Hood that team killed him to try to pick it up and leave, but fortunately did not work. 2 Union flags are down there. 5-minute despawn timer on those.
Jam, leave a couple guys here in case.
It's a pretty good fight from both teams. CSA obviously just had the numbers. Looks like the Union left the group back on the corn side, who is now pushing back up towards that original position they were in the orchard. That's PB, I believe. And 12th Virginia, accompanied by. If they were there, that would have probably made the difference for the Union in that engagement, am I right?
Indeed. So they keep the shootout. I wouldn't be surprised if CSA gunned it over to try to throw Union out of this position again. Because they've got, well, not too much longer. Union main spawn is not too far away from the action. I mean, Union is sending another group over to the left. Union left, that's HL. They're hopping over the Union stone wall that they like to hold on at times. And Union left is actually charging CSA out. First Delaware went up on a little flanking maneuver and Union charged them out. And 30th North Carolina IVB shifted for CSA to try to engage. HL's going to charge them though.
Send it in, send it in.
Bears down, bears down.
Damn it.
Gunny, I saved your life. Gunny to your left, Gunny to your left.
These Rambos, get this fucking Rambo.
So that's kind of a, I guess CSA hold the ground, a little bit of a draw though. Union got one of those two down flags back. One of them still down.
A good match so far, Eagle. I
Yeah, it's
think
been
you know
close.
both teams are playing very well. I think they're playing pretty coordinated. CSA doing a very good job of just holding this ridge line, I guess you could say, of Piper Farm. You know, just trying to hold this ridge and maintain their flanks. But the Union is starting to, you know, really get aggressive on the orchard side. Let's see what they decide to do.
And I mean, again, this match, I mean, you play the maps a lot in this game and you kind of know strategy, but you spend a whole hour normally before cord, you know, figuring out what you want to do for strategy and whatnot. And to have it switch last minute like this and still put up a good fight, it's good to see. CSA is going to try to collapse on Union left again.
And that's the right move. I mean, this is pretty textbook what they're doing here. I really like what they're doing. Union is going to have to, I think, consolidate because you want to work the flanks, yes, but right now what they're doing isn't really having too much lasting effect. I think they're going to want to consolidate to try to attack one flank at this point. Maybe catch the CSA off guard or something.
Yeah, I mean, something they could have done there is, I mean, you have Colquitt's brigade who pushed over from CSA left to the orchard to help out. The rest of the Union team should have pushed up and charged the remaining few that stayed on the CSA left. But they're sitting back and shooting for now.
And realistically, the Union can get away with just doing this because you have 30 minutes left. CSA is already down one morale stage. You're only behind about, you know, a third, maybe a half morale. It's not too bad, but you would like to see them kind of capitalize on what they were doing earlier and get those even trades, not starting to slowly lose them.
I saw this recently. I don't remember what event. What is Freak Frogger doing on Union right? Just CSA officer just going up and, you know, rip.
It's 5 tickets.
That is. But, I mean, Union's slightly down on tickets. I saw Union's strategy of just running up early, capping the point, forcing the CSA out of these nicer defensive areas into the more open orchard, and then Union just volley into them or just charge in as CSA pushed out. Because, I mean, CSA's played a very defensive game. Wow, the defenders defended. Who would have thought? But they've played it pretty well so far. And if this... I mean, if Union... I mean, Union's doing fine keeping tickets even, but if they want to try to get a ticket lead, they could try to early cap. As a thought. Draw CSA.
Yeah, and that's always a good idea. I mean, like, I'm always on board if it's me in that officer's call, like you were saying before. Somebody suggests, or, you know, it's you're at this point of the match, it's kind of still even, maybe a little behind. Just, you know, pause the clock. Put more time on your side as the attacker. Always a good thing. So... definitely a valid thing to for them to do, but it doesn't look like they're really committing to that. It just looks like they're trying to shoot it out right now.
And I mean, like you said a few minutes ago, the shootout, you know, they got plenty of time on the clock. They're doing phenomenal in terms of time right now.
Yep.
Union's shifting a lot of guys up on their left side. The groups we've seen on the left side are there still, but you got groups like 42nd PA and 30th Ohio now pushing up. They're going up and over. And I almost wonder if 42nd PA is going to... Oh, never mind. The rest of the Union are going up and over. I was going to say maybe Union's going to push up on the left, try to bait CQB to push up in the center, and then a Union group hiding in the corner just volleys Colquitt's as they push themselves pretty far out. But that's not the case.
Okay.
Union's just heavily pushing.
Yep, 42nd PA moving up through the left side of that orchard there.
And they're just going to charge in. CSA are countering. And who's this? Colquitt's is going to charge out the most extreme group.
Stalwart defense from the CSA. Pretty tough to beat.
They're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's working. Union hasn't found a counter. I mean, Union has a lot of guys on the Union right that were not involved. Granted, you had some CSA holding back on CSA left, but yeah, good. CSA's playing a very effective game.
Load here. Break loads.
Right before that, you had
Just
CSA on the backside. They're going back there right now. It looks like you have groups like RL, First Delaware, IVB. They're all just sitting back there, not losing tickets. No reason to be on top of that ridge. It looks like they're keeping some scouts out. Maybe the officer with binos. Really good defensive planning from the CSA here. Not wasting a single ticket. Going to be harder and harder for the Union to try to beat this, but
I mean, yeah, the CSA's, getting a ticket lead right now, which, it's not too concerning yet. If you're Union, you still have more tickets overall, most likely, but you don't want to go down too far, about a third to a half morale stage where it starts to get really concerning, especially when we get later in the match. Still plenty of match left, but you might want to change up what you're doing here.
and it's these compounding things like early in games. You want to, if you're the defender, this is really good. You can just keep rolling on this same momentum that you have. The attacker's gonna, the onus is on the attacker now to try to come up with something that's gonna shift the tide.
Yeah, and I mean, CSA's playing this smart. Union's pushed up. CSA surrounds from multiple sides, and then collapses in, completely wipes the Union. Now starting to get a ticket lead out of that, so it's smart for them to sit back. You're wasting time as well and not losing, for the most part, any tickets. Union just keeps kind of doing the same thing over and over again, albeit on different sides. I mean, if you want to pull CSA out of the really tight defensive spots, you could early cap that point, and that'll force CSA to move out because they have to recapture the point, or else Union will win the game. But, I mean, we'll see what Union does next. They're getting formed up again.
CSA with only 3 guys on Armies. Union pushing in again.
All
It's
right.
like you have PB at the front now for the Union, charging in the same spot of the orchard. Gonna stop and shoot instead of full on charge this time.
First Delaware for CSA moved up to take some shots and counter. Union keeping guys in the core, and I wonder if they're going to try to flank Colquitt's if they go extreme out. Or if they go out as far as they have, which they're not this time.
Get him, Pyro. Rape him. Rape him.
What a response from CSA. They might have... I mean, Union's visible from their position. I mean, Colquitt's was like, they're there if we push up very far forward. They'll flank us real good, so... There's no reason to push up like that. And I mean, CSA was able to successfully shoot the Union off. The guys that pushed forward. Not a whole lot of them, but, they still did it well.
lane. Back in the death lane.
Spot. Break reloads 30th back to the original spot.
They can see us northwest, Doug.
Man.
Check.
Yeah, and this is PB is trying to get aggressive again, but the team is just sitting back. I'm not sure what the plan here is, but
My only guess is that since CSA's pushed out in the orchard a far ways to try to get Union flags when Union retreats from this push or this attack, I mean, maybe Union's just trying to catch them off guard by holding guys in the corn, getting some nice flanking shots or whatever, but the CSA is responding to that perfectly by not fully committing into the orchard when trying to push Union out of this left side.
yeah, maybe that is the plan. Oh, wow.
Ooh, that was a nice flanking volley from Union.
Yeah,
Oakwoods.
okay. I'd say that maybe that is the plan. They're just the diversionary force to get the CSA to come out and show face.
And it looks like Union's going to try to do that even to a more extreme degree. HL, got 3 guys on cap. You need at least 3 to be capping the point. One of them just died, so they stopped the cap. I don't know if Union's trying to early cap or not. Looked like they were anyways.
Tickets have evened out.
They have. Union right is starting to shift a good amount of their guys towards the center Iron Brigade. 9th Corps and FSB starting to push that way to the center of the map. And I mean, CSA left kind of responds by pushing up into the caissons or the artillery position there. 11 Mississippi spreading out amongst that. It's going to force Iron Brigade off.
Hell yeah. Feel the pain, guys. Keep shooting.
Get the ones on the left.
Free kill on the left.
Pain going left.
I wonder if Union stopped the early cap because they want to hit CSA into taking losses first, or maybe they just changed their mind.
Yeah, I think they're just playing a little cat and mouse, maybe. Trying to draw the CSA out. Doesn't really seem like they're really committed too much to an early cap. They are whittling them down ticket-wise, you know? They really don't have to.
Both sides had taken losses. CSA hit it right before Union did.
You've got some guys north on the stone wall.
So, is that Pickett's brigade that pushed up and then falling back again? CSA's
risk
making good
becomes,
Yeah.
the risk becomes, you know, if you move a unit up to that orchard at that point specifically, they're just like in the middle of everything, and they're gonna get chewed up, you know?
Right. I mean, Union doesn't need to send a whole lot of guys up to early cap. And if they do early cap, they can immediately fall off. And that'll at least expose CSA for at least a little bit of time, at least enough time to get a volley off. And you can just keep repeating that game. You've got plenty of time to do it.
Oh, they got 20 minutes down to taking losses for both teams. Dead even still, pretty much. Good match from both teams so far.
HL now pushing up onto the cap with maybe a little more numbers than at least what I saw last time. Trying to crouch to cover, but nice shots from CSA. CSA should push a couple guys forward to at least contest this. I mean, maybe they're just trying to keep their distance and shoot them off like they just killed.
And they're doing just what you said, Eagle. Just what you had just mentioned. They're sending a few Union guys up just to try to get that cap going, but the CSA is so close on the backside of point that it's going to be hard for them to really do that, I believe. But
yeah, Union, it's good shots from CQB here. They just completely killed the 9, 10 HL guys that were there, cap and point, and that prevents it. Just killing the time. So Union's going to probably send a little more. Also something to note, CSA left 11 Mississippi. What a line. Holy. They're in a nice spot to get shots on Union Center. By that I mean Union, who run up to the point, which now Pickett's brigade is pushing up to the point to try to early cap for Union.
Let's go, Captain.
And they still have half of it already full, so that's a good move to move quickly to capitalize on what they already had accumulated with those guys who were up there previously. So it's not going to take very much time for them to get this cap off. CSA not going to react in time, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, CSA wants to avoid an engagement at all possible, which is why they're not going to charge yet. Now, when I'm looking at CSA chat, it says let them early cap, so I'm intrigued. At least one person said that, which who knows the validity of that. But CSA is up tickets. If CSA ever goes down tickets during this counterattack, they regain up to where Union's at. You can see the gold timers on the screen. If Union holds it for until the gold timer hits 0, they'll win the game. But Union just early capped and they immediately left back to cover. Because again, they're not trying to hold it for 7 minutes and win the game that way. If they could, that'd be great. But CSA's playing too good to let that happen easily.
Right.
And so what Union's doing, they early cap, fall back to their defenses so they have cover. CSA, you see Colquitt's have pushed up to retake. What a volley from Union right there. That's exactly what Union wants to do. Put CSA in the open, get a lot of great shots on them, and bring their tickets down.
And didn't even get their flag out, doesn't look like, or got one guy running out.
Yeah.
CQB, yeah, one man left from that.
And so now CSA, you know, they sent a decently sized group up to try to retake, and it didn't work, so CSA is now going to have to commit more forces. And if Union
moving back up.
There's a line, guys. What are you doing?
That's not a terrible idea either, because, you know, if Union keeps it fully capped in their favor, or a good amount captured in their favor, it's going to be a lot longer for CSA to retake the point. Therefore, CSA will be in the open more often. Also, if you fill it up and you hold it, again, for 7 minutes, you could potentially win the game, but we haven't seen a full CSA charge in yet. They've done well in the charge in so far this game, but it's not like we've seen a full team charge from everyone yet, or a full everybody charge, whatever you want to call that.
Call that a Texas Roadhouse. I don't know.
Man, I need to go eat at that restaurant again. I like that restaurant.
They're
Very
good. Oh, big Artie. Big Union Artie hit onto RL on the backside of the point there.
Oh, I missed it.
Union looks like, I think, committed about 8 guys. 6 or 8 guys to the battery over there. Away in Timbuktu over there.
CSA is committing a lot more of a force, trying to spread out, which this left part of the CQB line is not on point, but they're not trying to all clump up like 30th North Carolina is in the center. They're kind of getting shredded there. But you can look at the tickets. They're fairly even at this point. And Union can push out if they want to hold it, but there's no real need to.
I think the Union's plan was pretty good, actually, to kind of swing the momentum back into their favor. I was getting worried that the turtling and the rinse and repeat wipe tactics of the CSA was going to be too much for the Union to mount an effective plan against, but they're doing a pretty good job.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Union now has a ticket lead, which will evaporate when CSA retakes, but you're fine if you're Union.
CSA are also a good spot right now. They've consolidated their team. I think that's the right move at this point. They're in a really good spot. They have the high ground. Union already getting pretty good hits on them. They're breaking in the center.
I mean, it's a nice line, but CSA is in the open. They're not in any cover, despite having high ground. Union's pushing immediately out. They might charge this out. And they are.
It's a good move from the Union. Couple big Artie hits to soften up that CSA line. Now the infantry's backing it up. A little blitzkrieg tactic, maybe, if you will.
Union pushing deep into the orchard.
Shift southwest, shift southwest.
CSA's left is collapsing onto the center of point now, cutting off the Union reinforcement wave.
But it looks like CSA will hold that. Both sides very close to breaking. Wow. CSA ever so slightly up on tickets, but not too much of a concern. I don't know why some of the CSA are charging the Union Stonewall. I mean, 11 Mississippi is. I don't know why they charge down like that.
And I think if the Union more postures up on the east side of the orchard over there, before they make that push, I think it's, at least maybe you get a unit with like 20 guys over there, start getting some crossfire onto the CSA would help soften them up a little bit. But it was a good push from the Union. It just, the CSA left kind of swooped in and onto their charge halfway through and severed it. Good reaction from the CSA.
Whole CSA team looks like they're going to push up and try to hold on the stone wall a good amount, which, I mean, you're trying to catch Union probably off guard, walking through the corn and then run up on you, especially if Union goes trickled in. Union right now is not trickling forward. They're at least all halting in the road, getting formed up. But risky strategy for CSA. But I mean, honestly, right? The thing is, if CSA sits back in their defilades, where they have been for most of this match, right? Union does what they did a moment ago, and they just send a couple guys up to try and capture the point, and then CSA will have to run into the open and get completely shot down, which we saw was favoring Union in tickets. So, I mean, while this is a rough strategy for CSA, it seems like maybe the only chance they have, because Union, this second half of this fight, has really pulled it back in and played phenomenally.
Yeah, and I think this is the play. I think, I've heard other officers like to do this too when it gets late like this as the CSA. Just try to shove them out and prevent them from really doing much. If I'm the Union here, I just want to go right, I want to go west. If I'm the Union, just go around this and just start shooting into their flank from that stone wall, perhaps.
Yeah. I apologize to the other Mississippi. I initially said I was confused why they were charging the stone wall, but now that their whole team is there, it kind of makes sense, because if they all get up on the stone wall and they knock some Union flags down on that stone wall and keep them down, that's huge, because then Union can't try to outflank like you're mentioning. But now Union's actually moving that way right now.
And that's the danger with this, right? You've committed to like aggression the whole match as a CSA, not really trying to mitigate engagements. You've kind of taken every engagement head on. You've won them for the most part, but it's still, as the defender, you have to be more decisive with your time and your time management. You got to bleed the clock a little bit more. If they had slow played this a little bit more, could have maybe helped them. But looks like the Union is gonna take this Eagle.
Yeah, they take that stone wall. CSA, at least a good amount of them shifting to that barn. You have a Union group starting to go through the corn, though. 42nd and 30th in front. Some Midwest behind. CSA completely backs off the stone wall right as that happened, because I think they saw that Union flank. Oh, man, it's going to be a volley. Nice volley. I don't know. They got a good amount. But CSA falls back because they've been flanked. It's a rough spot, CSA.
You played such a good match if you're the CSA, and you're kind of realizing the Union caps at one time, it's game over. So really got to tighten up. I think the play is to just get stout on that backside of point, really tighten up. I don't know about having the unit out in the corn right now if you're the CSA. I don't think this is a good idea, having these guys out here, but we'll see what happens.
That's 11 Mississippi trying to get flanking shots. Union immediately backs off. Union, realizing maybe that stone wall's open, might just reposition their whole team there and then start sending tiny groups up to try to cap that point. But, I mean, you never know. That's why you play the game. Love sports.
And years ago, one of the older strats was to just have pretty much the whole CSA get on that stone wall of the barn that accompanies the barn. And I mean, at late game like this, it's almost not a bad idea because you'll all push back onto point from one position. Maybe try to. Oh,
Ooh,
big already shot. Yeah,
nice.
they should be on the other side of the wall. But yeah, I mean, you really don't want to lose any more tickets if you're the CSA, but you need to be ready to just push back on the point and challenge the Union. Looks like it's happening right now.
Iron Brigade's pushed up. CSA has to counter. Buck and ball volley does a lot of damage there on Iron Brigade. And CSA is going to hold the point, but again, they're pushing themselves out over the crest of that hill within range, or at least visibility. That's the better word for it. Visibility of the Union positions. And I mean, CSA should really avoid being in the open as much as they can. Like, they pushed Iron Brigade off. They should back up. But they're still staying
now's
forward.
the time to get out. Yep, you're 100% right, Eagle. Now's the time to just get off point. Don't sit out here. Artie's got you zeroed. Union's all looking at you from a stone wall. Just get back.
And either if you're you either pull back or charge in. That'd be interesting to see if CSA just charged. I mean, they have the buck and ball, but it's a matter of can they actually get to that stone wall with numbers to win a charge. I don't know about that. Because these rifles are accurate. 11 Mississippi moving up the CSA left side. Splitting. Oh, they're kind of spreading out. Now they're congealing back in. Looks like they're trying to get some flanking shots on the Union stonewall position.
Congealing back in. I like that 10-point word.
Aim low, aim low, aim low.
Oh gosh. Aim with the feet, legs.
So 11 Mississippi, good amount of numbers there, really crunched in. You can see CSA are pushing to the right. 11 Mississippi, that's Colquitt's brigade. They're at an okay angle, but Union's starting to shift to 11 Mississippi, which is putting them in range of Colquitt's brigade. That's Pickett's brigade who shifted this way. Some Union are trying to really outflank 11 Mississippi in the road. That's Iron Brigade. Nice movement there. Loosen in front. That'll probably move 11 Mississippi off. That road's out of bounds for CSA. They can't charge that. And they could, but...
Actually is a good move from 11th. They were smart with their positioning there. They're not overstaying their welcome. Got some good flanking fire in on the Union. Timing's everything, you know. You don't want to be somewhere in the wrong place for too long. CSA putting up a really good defense towards the end of this match. Union, all it takes is one good push, though. So
I'm surprised some of the CSA... Oh, maybe not. And CSA still committing to this out push. Union's very slightly ahead on tickets. And Union lines are going to shift 42nd and 30th, backing off. They kind of formed, or they refuse the line there on that stone wall to start facing CSA. Midwest is there now. Not as many of them, though.
Yeah, good shooting.
I mean, the thing for CSA is, I think the whole CSA team has to get up there. I mean, you got half the CSA team kind of sitting more back, kind of turtling. The other half is pushing up. Union's starting to shift guys out of the corn to try to get around and flank. That's HL now moving that way.
Up and over the fence.
I think that CSA group is just getting so much fire into kind of the oblique of the Union there. It's a real pest to what they're trying. The Union's trying to form up. Their Union actually, like you said, they're trying to get around now. Flank the flank.
Not a bad idea from Union. CSA, Colquitt's along Mississippi getting even closer to that stone wall. Tickets are still fairly even, which is surprising from this whole thing. But even is still really good for Union. CSA's got to find a way to get up a little bit on tickets here. They don't have much time.
It's a nice little dance they're doing at the end, you know, like trying to just keep outflanking each other, get angles. I like how spry these commanders are in this event. You know, it's just good movement. These guys on the fly tactics. You got to be able to think on your feet. Put your guys in a good position.
Let's go. Pour it in.
And it's really starting to look like Union's getting ahead on tickets. CSA right side still holding back in the defilade. If you're going to commit to pushing up like half a CSA team is, I think you all got to push up there, or you all got to sit back, either or. Indecisiveness by a team will not get you a win, that's for sure.
I'd like to see the CSA group on the back side of the point, them get to the northeast of their current position, outflank that Union group in the middle, then you'll have them pinched. You know, you'll have that Union group in a crossfire. It might be a good idea.
But alas, CSA left, completely falling back though. They're about to hit last stand. Union still has a little bit of ways before they hit their final stage, but CSA has to give that up because it was not working. I mean, all things considered, tickets stayed fairly even. It was a nice attempt. Still a little bit of match to go. Union could make mistakes at this point, but Union's played they played a decently good round in terms of the second half of it. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. But
yeah.
Union it should be an easy Union win at this point. Not maybe easy's the word, but there's a high chance of it happening.
Well, there is only 6 minutes left. They have managed to effectively draw it down to the wire here. The CSA, you know, give them credit for that, but they're about to hit last stand, and then all the Union has to do is shoot for a minute and charge, and
The charge sound yet. It's not time.
should be game over, like you said.
It was actually funny. So this happened a while ago. Same map in this event. The Union was up by a half morale stage in this very situation, right? And then Union just sat on the stone wall and didn't capture the point to win. It was the wildest match of Vipers I've ever seen.
Was it because of campaign rules or something like that?
I assume it was something like Union didn't want to lose any more tokens or tickets.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was just reminds me of that funniest thing I've ever seen. But Union's going to do the exact play they should. Pickett's brigade's pushing up. They're going to start capping that point. That's going to force CSA out into the open, and Union should at least be able to shoot them down to last stand. Oh, there it is.
Instantly. Wow.
So if a CSA guy dies, he don't come back. If he was dead when they hit last stand, spawned at main, but not a whole lot of them. Is CSA going to... CSA has to hit Union to final push as soon as possible. I don't know how much it's going to kill the timer, though. Whole Union team's pushing up to point. And CSA is going to charge Union out, try to hit him the final push, which that might kill the clock by a couple minutes. We'll see.
Here we go, fellas, fresh.
Wow. Good push from the CSA.
Union's final push drops the clock to a little over 2 minutes. Union still taking point, though. It's going to be a close one. Although CSA is starting to take it back. That was a kind of chaotic end there. Look at that. CSA will hold, but not a lot left.
And they're going right back up to the stone wall, looks like. But they are getting outflanked currently by IB from the northwest.
CSA needs more bodies on point when the clock hits 0 to win the match. 1 minute and a half, though, is a long time.
It's only about a 10-15 second run, I'd imagine, from the Union spawn, so it's really not that far.
Nope. CSA turn around from the stone wall. Starting to take it back. 1 minute. But here comes the big Union main wave. And this should clean up the rest of the CSA. What a great match at Piper Farm, regardless.
Really well played by both teams. CSA, I think, just needed to just milk the clock a little bit more. However, I don't know. We could, get into semantics all day. But all in all, really good match from both teams. Union didn't let the early CSA victories win over the match. They overcame that and got together and put it together in the end.
Yeah, really well played. Union had a strategy going in, which again, right, in this map was changed last minute. You know, you spend 30 minutes in coordination planning out a map, probably less than that, but still, you spend a good amount of time planning how you're going to play around. They have the map switch last minute. You know, it can be difficult at times, but both sides came out with a strong plan. CSA had a very strong first half, responded to Union really well. Real well. Union, realizing it wasn't working, changed up their game plan. Exactly what you should do as an attacker. And, they evened out the tickets and they ended up getting a good win. CSA, after the early cap was over, I think they all need to push forward and commit. Like Deckhart said, the CSA right that was holding back should have pushed up to try to hit the Union extreme left. But, oh well, still a phenomenal first round here. We will see you all shortly here for the second round. And here we are with the start of our second round. The Renos fall. So in terms of our balance, server pops 291. IVB was told to balance over from CSA to Union. Appreciate their help with that. In balance right now, though, is 9 to the CSA side. In terms of artillery, Union has the option, CSA doesn't, and they're taking 3 on it. Infantry in balance is going to be 8 in favor of CSA. But yeah, CSA pushing up on the extreme Union left. Union kind of split up, but CSA's got a 5% ticket advantage on this map. Weaponry, they have the 18th Georgia with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55, and they have the 2nd Mississippi with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 42. Union defense, on the other hand, has the 51st New York and the 51st Pennsylvania. Both have the Springfield 61. CSA is getting right into it. Deckhart, in your opinion, how does each side want to play this map?
CSA, I like the aggressive start, picking up right where we left off from last match. Hopefully have just as good a one now. Getting through the tree line, I like that. Trying to minimize visual from the Union. Getting right into the flank, always good idea as the attacker.
Yeah, they're probably they're
Maybe
probably
a little
pent
too
up from
aggressive right now.
a lot of Mississippi trickling out through the open. Union responded nicely. They didn't even want to engage. They just backed off the stone wall, which the game says the point is on the rocks in the center of the open field, but it is cappable on this stone wall, which is generally where you see most of the fighting over point. As a reminder, Pickett's brigades leading the Union side, and then the 11th Mississippi, at least their token is on that side. 11th Mississippi's token being fought on the other side for this campaign, but Union just keeping their distance for now, and so far they have a slight ticket lead.
And whoever wants to draw the cap zone on every map and make a file and upload it in war rights, for the community's betterment, that would be fantastic. I would be eternally grateful to whoever would like to do that. But yes, generally the cap fighting is done over this wall, even though the marker's in the middle of that field.
42nd PA and 30th Ohio shifting out of that stone wall in the woods to try to get some side shots on the CSA. Yeah, whoever drew the map points, they were on something when they were drawing those points. It was wild. I don't know when they made the change, but a couple of years ago, you couldn't see when you're playing the game if you were on the point or not. You didn't know if you were capturing or not. Now when you play the game, there's a little message that shows up on the bottom right if you're capturing or you're defending the point or you're not on it. But yeah, I don't know how they did that sometimes.
You had to know, and I know most of the boundaries just from my mental, but it's nice when you have new guys joining, new players playing the game. You could just give them a Google Drive or something with all the cap zone areas on it. But I don't have one yet, unfortunately.
At least I know when I joined IVB in 2020, they had a channel dedicated to someone just walking around trying to figure out the edges of the boundaries, which that is a lot of time to do that, that's for sure.
Another good aggressive start. Union literally has the spread of the entirety of the wall for the most part.
That's the furthest I've seen Union go down the road towards CSA spawn.
We're going to build a wall. It's going to be big.
What the?
And the zombies will pay for it.
They're gonna, the CSA zombies will pay for it.
But yeah, Union's done a phenomenal job. Half the CSA team has the 42s, which shotguns in the woods as an attacker when the defenders don't have that option, it's a huge advantage to have. Union is just like, okay, if you have that advantage, we're just not going to engage in melee. We're just going to keep distance back off where we can. And Union's played a phenomenal round. Up 2/3 of a morale stage on this map. You don't see that too often, that's for sure. So CSA's starting to back off. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to gun it right up the center by that stone wall to just engage the Union. I'll be intrigued to see how the Union responds at that point if they just back up. But if Union gets backed up and stuck kind of where 42nd and 30th is, or their corn, where their corn is, if the whole team's kind of there, CSA will be in a good spot because they'll probably have map control if Union's hunched back there. We'll see if Union holds.
CSA needed to, if they were committed to that, they should have just pushed straight through to the southeast to the cornfield behind the Union and tried to outflank them. They fizzled out in that tree line. The Union got really stout on the wall, and now they have to fall back and reset. So not a very good start for the CSA, but
Pulling up in the center, though, they might just try to punch it right in there or try to outflank around the far side. But, I mean, if CSA outflanks and gets behind the Union team, Union probably wouldn't even engage them. But here comes CSA. Unions, they're going to hold this spot. They don't want to lose it. 42nd, 30th, get flanking fire from the woods. CSA's kind of going in a little trickle there.
yeah, not a very
Corner.
good push.
I'm over here. Oh, bang your car.
They're losing more tickets now.
Keep the spear on.
Fuck. Let's go, boys! Come! Taste my wrath!
The smoke is a lot. Union, some of them are counter-charging into the woods. 3rd U.S. and HL charging 30th North Carolina out. CSA flag will get out there. Union hold the main front of the charge, though. CSA flags on the stone wall trying to reform. And now they're retreating.
I'm pulling out.
Wow.
Wow, Eagle. Wow.
Don't fight uphill, me boys. 42nd and 30th Ohio. Pushing down from the wood line on the flank. They wipe a good amount more. CSA hits engaged. I never realized Colquitt's defense was right to the north of this spot. I guess I never really looked over on this side of the map. Usually you don't see Union hold this well and push CSA back like this. What a start.
Reminds me of Gettysburg. Wow.
Gettysburg, wow. General Lee's fallen out of favor as of late. Haven't you noticed? Oh, man.
Falling out of favor.
What a great speech. Man.
Union doing a great job, honestly, so far. Good start. And, you know, like, really picking up from the pace of the last match. I like what both teams are doing, but CSA needs to be a little more forward-thinking in their actual goal. It's a good idea to know which direction you're going in the very beginning, but you need to also have a plan for where you're going after you go that initial direction. It seems like they keep getting thwarted by the Union's defense.
And the crazy part, too, is the balance overall is 9 right now in favor of Union. 15, it's kind of too much to overcome, but 9's not a lot. Union's got 3 guys on artillery, so it's a 6-man infantry imbalance, and Union's just plain out whipping them. This is... wow. I mean, well-played match by Union.
I think 5 has always been make or break, like, for me, like, mentally, like... And just because if you have 5 guys with buck and ball and they're running into the front of a charge, or they're on the front of a defensive line taking a charge head on, it can make a pretty big difference.
It can. So CSA is pushing through the wood line like they originally did. Now, I wonder if instead of stopping and trying to get into a shootout with the Union, they'll just keep going and try to get behind the Union. Or they might just charge down to the stone wall, but that'd be charging through the open. CSA stop in the woods to shoot at 42nd and 30th. A lot of them are screaming the charge, and here they go.
This is the type of outnumbered engagement you want if you're the CSA. But looks like the 42nd is going to get out of there in time to not lose everything.
Perfectly timed retreat, too. Wow. Is CSA going to continue, though, or are they just going to stop?
Now, this is where it might get ugly for the CSA. Union on the wall already.
CSA trying to get around the Union left. Flags being brought out of the woods.
Union shifting reinforcements to meet them.
Let's go up and over. Keep the walls going up and over. All the way.
Die, little boy, die, die. Sorry, Duke.
Flag. Watch out.
Still have CSA pouring out of the woods. They are not really together. CSA trying to get a foothold in the corn. Union can't let CSA sit here.
Union still has a lot of guys, though.
And they're trying to... They get one CSA flag. Sorry, two CSA flags are down in the woods. Alright, there is a second one that's trying to run away. Now it gets knocked down. Union's still up by about 2/3 of a morale stage. Some Union trying to charge CSA in the corn. Outnumbered, though.
Of course it's the Russians in the corn. I knew it.
CSA starting to be whittled out. Union starting to overtake, bringing a couple flags over. And it looks like Union's going to hold this again. Wow. You got CSA spawning out of the main. They are gunning it down the road. The issue for the CSA side now is all four of their flags are about to be wiped, which means no spawns on the field for them unless back this year can run that flag through. Oh, there it goes. But, I mean, yeah, CSA is not going to have any flags, meaning if they die, they have to spawn main. 4 flags down. They're down for 5 minutes unless they're picked up, which it looks like one of these flags is being retrieved in the woods right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Union just charged down and just full sent at CSA knowing they got some flags down.
Yeah, I mean, why not? CSA getting aggressive immediately, though, right back on point.
IVB is balancing over back to the CSA. But CSA have a foothold, but they don't have respawns on the spot anyways, except for the company with the flag that was just brought in.
Come on, boys! Get in there, stop fucking loading.
Union's up by almost they're up by a morale stage. CSA get a second flag out of the woods, but still 2 down in the corn.
I think I trade a morale stage for a really good position on a map, though, personally, right? Like, if you ask me, if I'm an attacker and you tell me, like, say on Colquitt's defense, like, I could take over the CSA battery ridge, like, for a morale stage, I would make that trade. Like, I feel like, because positioning is everything, you know? You want to be in a good spot. CSA... All their attempts to get into a good spot on the map so far have been thwarted by the Union. They have been down tickets, which makes your efforts a little harder, but their charges have been disjointed. They're not really hitting at the same time. They're kind of slow, steady stream in, not really effective. Union doing a good job just rotating, meeting their charges head on, and not allowing them to get into a good spot.
I mean, if this round plays out as it is, I mean, so far anyways, this is the best Union defense of this map I think I've ever watched. At least your call anyways.
Yes, out of line tickets. Yes, keep giving
CSA trying to throw guys in to hold the corner. Union's taking it back for the most part.
And they're kind of just getting outclassed, right? Like, it's not like because it's an amazing, like, strategy. They're just getting outclassed in those split-second decision-making moments, and they're just not... The CSA doesn't really have the same edge that the Union really has right now on the field, it seems.
So CSA's down 2 flags still. One of them is still down where it originally was. Another one was picked up. It got knocked down in the woods. CSA still trying to form up. Some 42nd guys are fully sending into the CSA respawn area. I mean, Union has a huge ticket lead, but you don't want to throw away tickets like this. You played a great match. CSA, this map is known to be CSA bias. You don't want to give CSA a flicker of a chance here or whatever. Some CSA are outflanking Union right. Love the Mississippi. Trying to get around the side there. Getting a little bit of a foothold at least.
They have so many over there.
And so that 11 Mississippi flank, which it looks like you got more CSA filling in over there, is really going to push Union off of this snake fence, or at least not allow Union to extend on that snake fence, because Union doesn't seem to want to hold that.
Like a metric shit ton of them.
So it's really cramming Union in a tiny area here.
Oh yeah, that is a fuck ton of them. Yeah,
a lot of them northeast. There's a lot of them west as well.
West, north,
One company west,
everywhere.
one company
And now is when I think the CSA wants to try to expand on what they're doing. They got the Union in between them, kind of on the map here. Might be a good idea to just keep working their flanks, getting some crossfire in.
Especially if you got Buck and Ball and they're all crammed up.
They're gonna get
Yeah.
them to the northeast.
Northeast.
Why am I
I mean, if Union sees CSA in multiple directions, they might try to charge it out, but I mean, CSA's got 3 of their 4 flags back, and now they're pushing up into the Union right side.
They're right.
42nd on hood.
Push Delaware and 11 Mississippi engaging for CSA. Some Union trying to hold. Union flags still staying here. Union wants to hold the spot. They're up by half morale stage tickets. CSA have closed the gap, but still a huge lead for Union.
CSA sucks. Oh no!
Push them off, boys. Push them off. Get the flags up. Push them off. Hey, boys, push down right now. That flag.
CSA still have their spot. That charge was kind of a draw. Brought everyone's tickets down, though.
Say they'd whittled down the Union a little bit.
Go, keep going,
Union's still getting their spawns in like crazy though, with the flags up.
CSA flags pulling out as a little Union thrust. Pushes them out, so it looks like Union is going to retain at least that initial position. CSA still has the huge line down the hill. That's Colquitt's brigade. They're going up and over onto the Union side of the fence.
Officer, you're coming.
That's what they decide to do.
Run a Blake!
They're just going to shoot.
You have a Union group right to their south-southwest, 42nd, about to shoot into their side. And their backs, rather, now that they're running.
And they're going to charge in. Nice reinforcements here from 42nd and 30th. Can CQB hold the line, though?
CQB in a good position on that snake rail fence.
Keep killing them.
About a third of a morale stage difference right now. That gap is closing.
Stay away from the fence.
Zoo yourself to another place.
CQB holds the line. Union still has the center where they want to be. Oh, 42nd and 30th lost their flag when charging CQB as well. That's not good if you're Union.
Yeah, I think they should have not charged that. They pushed them off, got them to not get too CSA to be not too aggressive on that side of the field, but that charge did not work in their favor. And now CSA kind of has the run of this side of the field.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a nice flank to get CQB to stop doing what they're doing now, which is fill a line in the open and file shots into the side, but the charge failed, and as a result, CQB can just keep doing what they were doing before.
Good idea anymore.
Great job from the CSA to, I mean, once that unit swapped back over, tickets balance 136 CSA, 142 USA. Seems like that really helped their cause.
And Union's retreating. Tickets nearly even. CSA's worked it back from what seemed like, I mean, down the whole morale stage. Doesn't seem promising, but they have worked it back. Both sides about to hit breaking. If Union hits breaking, they can cap and win off the rip. What a comeback from CSA. But I think that's more of huge props to Union for a heck of a round they've played so far.
Correct. Yeah, that's a very good observation, Eagle. Union really did a great job of just thwarting the early movements of the CSA, but CSA just, that one engagement there on that fence went really bad in a few little ways, but they compounded for the Union, and now back to dead even.
Man, the whole CSA team grouped up near that stone wall. Union trying to get formed up. Union's, you know, this is where CSA kind of wants them. CSA starting to push out to get onto the point. And some CSA are really going out for a flank. That's Colquitt's brigade. While the rest of them charging center.
CSA wanting to strike while the iron's hot.
Не обгоняй меня, куда вы все убежали, ёбаный в рот.
It's going to be a second. Colquitt's here that had really gone out on the Union flank. Union right should just charge in. If you hit Union to breaking, you can cap and win here. Union's going to charge Colquitt's, though. Try to get them out of the picture. But they're going away from point.
Papers, please. Give me your fucking papers.
Yeah, CQB didn't really look prepared for that at all. They got instantly wiped.
But they pulled a lot of the Union that way. Rest of CSA charging down the road. CSA at breaking. Union hit it as well. Union's getting wiped on the corn position by point. And CSA should just be able to cap point and outright take it. Union, that are still alive, are going to go for the center rocks, which it's still on cap, but it's not the position you want to be because it's in the open.
CQB may be the sacrificial lamb for the team to get the Union out of position.
Yep. Just keep going, boys. Just keep going.
Yeah, but Union will take it back. I'm surprised CSA didn't. There's still a good amount of them not on point. Which Union main spawns are gunning it down the road, going to be able to flank CSA soon. Some Union from the stone wall are charging, or sorry, the rocks are charging the stone wall. What is going on? This is chaos.
They have them in a sandwich right now between the two groups of the Union, but the point group of the Union is pretty thin at this point, so that back group from Union Main's got to hit right now.
CSA's about to capture and win. Yeah, can they stop the cap? Ticket's still fairly even.
Too easy, keep pushing, keep pushing.
That Union group is doing exactly what it has to do. They have to get right in there. They don't have time.
Descartes, what are your thoughts? What an event today.
Hey, two really good matches. Way to turn that one around. Early, it was we both kind of thought that maybe the Union were going to surprise us and put up that lasting defense, but it just wasn't enough. The CSA managed to turn it around over that good engagement on the snake rail fence on the front side of point there, and really good job from them, both teams tonight, both matches. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, really, really phenomenal rounds. That was awesome to watch today. Congrats again to Colquitt's Brigade for a 30-year anniversary. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, go beneath the video. Hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do with no ads. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, daily clips channels, and if you're playing in this match, whether it be recording and uploading later or live streaming, send me a link. I'll put it in the pinned comment. Also in the pinned comment is the War of Rights 2025 Awards nominations form. Need your help filling that out. Anyways, appreciate y'all. Means the world to do this. God bless, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
Later.